Hello and welcome to this week's My Swing Analysis. This is where we analyse one of your golf swings. Pierce, what are we doing today?
Today we're talking about squaring the club face through impact, just like, no, not like that, like this.
So do you want to have the chance to win a swing analysis with myself and Pierce, 12 months membership to meandmygolf.com and 18 birdies? If you do, here's what you need to do. For your chance to win a swing analysis, simply click on the link in the description below where you can enter your details for a chance to win. So good luck with that if you've entered. Let's see who the winner is this week.
Hey, Piers and Andy, it's Frank with the Golficity Golf Podcast. Thank you again for coming on the show, and thanks for taking the time to check out my swing. As you can see, it's way too cold to get out on the range, so I'm heading into the simulator right now. I'm going to take a couple cuts with my driver because that's what I have the most trouble with. My normal flight path is a draw, and when I miss with a really bad hook. Also, I know I'm not maximizing that driver. I'm not getting as much distance as I should out of it. So take a look. Hopefully you'll see something that I don't see, and if we could fix it, I'd appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for the intro there, Frank. Now, for you guys watching this, Frank is one of the half of the Golficity boys. They actually run a podcast from the New York area. Now, we actually did Mike, the other half, Pierce, last week and worked on changing his path and fixing his slice. Now, this week, hopefully, we can get Frank as good as Mike, because he would have had maybe a week extra practice.
Tough. We know we've got a big Frank up in this week. Last week was all about Mike, this week's all about Frank.
It's all about you, Frank, this week. Now, look, guys, make sure you follow the guys. We'll put the links in the description. Some great content on social and a fantastic podcast to listen to.
Really good.
Yes, great golfers, these guys as well. Let's take a look at Frank's golf swing. Very powerful, as Mike's was. Now, we're going to look at the down the line first, and we'll just take a look at what goes on here. We're going to play it in full motion here, and you can see powerful move, a lot of lower body movement going on. Typically plays a draw, struggles every now and again with a hook.
There's the draw.
There's the draw.
That was awesome.
Now, front on view again, play it in full motion. He got the K-bomb at the setup, Pierce. We always like to see that with the driver. I'm sure he's picked that up from us.
Of course.
And again, a good powerful move there. But when we slow it down, we're looking at really why he's producing a hook. He plays a draw, which will indicate his path is a little more to the right for the right-handed golfer. So let's take a look at what potentially could cause the shots turning over too much. So right hand is a little bit strong. Potentially he could weaken that if he felt that could help him. Certainly not too much of an issue. But when we really look at the down the line view, this is what we're going to really take a closer look at. Setup and everything, as we mentioned, very good. But if we go to the top of the golf swing, fantastic wind up. Club face is nice and neutral at the top. But as we start the downswing, we're going to notice an aggressive move with the body, specifically on that right foot. We have the right foot moving and thrusting in towards the golf ball, heels very much up off the ground at the start, and the pelvis is moving in also. And at impact here, it's a little harder to see with the camera angle, but we see the hands are quite high, so the shaft's very upright at impact. And when we see the shaft very upright at impact, we tend to see a lot of club face rotation here. So we've got a little bit of what we call early extension with a high handle at impact. And then from there on, it's pretty good. It's just a matter of timing it then for Frank. So look, when we have somebody like this, Pierce, who has a little bit of early extension, handle going very high, we know that the tendency could be either a push or a hook. So what we'd like to do is quieten the lower body down and improve the stability of the club face through the golf ball. If we can improve the stability of the club face through the golf ball and not let it turn over so much, we're going to minimize that shot going left. And that's really what we want to do. We want to really look at what he does very well, a lot in here what he does well. We're just going to be able to control the face better, aren't we?
So I think this is exactly right. Pretty much everything Frank is doing is good. It's just when it goes bad. So this is an example I use all the time, and it's a bit of a crazy one. But if you imagine there's neutral here, and then we've got slice here, and we've got hook here. Okay, so we're saying that Frank is kind of here. He's this side of neutral. He's in the draw to hook area. Every now and then when he goes over too much towards the hook, we want to bring him back in a little bit. So actually, by feeling that he's playing a little bit of fade almost, might stop him going too much towards the hook, which is kind of a little bit of what we're going to be doing with this drill.
So talk us through the early extension, Pierce, for the guys at home who don't know what this early extension at high handle is. Let's just talk us through it.
Okay, so what you said there, Andy, was really good, that he gets a really good wind up from the transition area here now. The right foot really does come up early. We can see the pelvis is moving in towards the golf ball. There's not really as much room as I'd like for my hands and the handle of the golf club. So this is exaggerating it, obviously. You can see that the handle of the club, the shaft is very upright there. The right foot is well up onto its toes, and my backside is thrust in towards the golf ball.
Okay, so
I'll
we
do
would
that
like
again
to
one
see,
more time. So it's a bit like that. And we would like to see, sorry, taking the words out of your mouth there, Andy, and we would like to see that more from the top of the backswing, we rotate toward the target. The right foot's a little bit quieter, but then obviously it does come through, but we can see the shaft is a little bit lower, and then as I go through, I'm going to be rotating more to on a neutral arc.
Okay, so look, what we've got with this one for yourself, Frank, is we're going to give you a drill. There's a couple of props we need you to use in this that's going to help create the feeling and exaggerate, really, and all to do with, as we mentioned, stabilising the face. So Piers, talk us through it.
Okay, so I've got an alignment stick here first of all. I'm just going to place on the ground there. So I'm just going to actually point it more to the left than where your club will be going through the shot. So if we think of through the shot, when you're creating this hook and this draw, the club might be going up a little bit too much here because of the positions you are through impact. So by getting this alignment stick and pointing it a little bit more left than would be normal for you, that's going to give us a little bit of a training guide to move that club head along.
Okay.
Okay, that's the first part. Sand wedge, lob wedge, we'll get that out, square my face up, take my stance, and we're going to put it underneath the right heel. Okay, so from here, placing the golf club underneath the right heel. This works really well if we think about when you swing down, that right foot comes up very quickly, you'll drop the club straight away. So we need you to feel as though you keep that club in the air a lot longer in your downswing.
Okay, so what I want you to do then, Piers, is I want you to go to the top of the golf swing for me.
Yep, just to make sure I feel like I'm a little bit too far away there.
And then we're going to get Piers just to rehearse a couple of movements back down to, well, actually, if I take the ball off the tee, we're going to go to impact and then through. So swing to the top for me.
Yep.
And then start the downswing for us. And what we'll see is that right heel staying down longer. And Piers is now going to sort of start to rotate. Look how the shaft is a lot flatter, and the club now on the way through is going to trace more left. And if we just can bring it through to here, what we're going to notice on what the club face does now, the club face is a lot more stable. It's not rotating as aggressively as it would if the handle was very high.
Okay, so you're absolutely right. So if I do the bad one as I swing down, I release that club, I hit the tee, club head does a lot of this through the golf ball because of the high handle that we have, a lot more rotation. And it can work great for a draw, but it can obviously overcook it for a hook.
Definitely. So the key thing is, look, again, Frank, with this, so many good things in the golf swing, we're not saying that we want to take any of these away. We just want to sort of minimise some of these and control them. So there's a good chance your right foot is still going to come up off the ground, which is absolutely fine. We just don't want it to be too aggressive. We want to minimise it and get it feeling as if we can rotate better and get the club working a little bit more left through the golf ball.
Okay, so I'm going to have a go hitting this one, yeah? So again, be careful to start with this because obviously you are putting something underneath your heel. So I'm definitely feeling on this one I'm going to be playing a little bit of a fade when I hit this one. All right, here we go. Handle lower. That's pretty much what it was, about a 1 yard fade.
That was beautiful, Piers. Actually, scrap all the things that you're working on, you need to do this.
Decent. Frank, thanks for that.
Okay, Frank, so look, two fantastic props that you can use when you're in the simulator when it's cold in New York, because we know it gets cold there, but hopefully it's going to change. But two great things that you can do to change, stabilise that face on the way through. That's going to minimise that hook. Hopefully that helps. Make sure you post any comments and questions down below, and let's see who wins the match next time Frank and Mike are out.
Check out Mike's analysis as well, obviously.
Yes.
Who's going to win? So if you want to check out Mike's swing analysis, click on the link here. But if you want to fix your shot this year, get rid of that hook, get rid of that slice, you need to check out the shot fixer at meandmygolf.com. Click on the link down there and sign up for free, and we'll see you there.